What it do, what it do, what it do. Today, we have a surprise for you guys. A surprise litter. Wasn't expecting these puppies right here. Very surprising. This is the mother. And these puppies are very big and very huge. As you can see. Very big and very huge puppies. They haven't opened their eyes up yet. This is a blue merle. They're not really happy about being here. So I'm gonna put them away for now. We're gonna put them away. Just had to show you these guys. So as you can see, guys, these are some big old puppies. And they're young, about 9 days old. It was a surprise litter that we did not plan for. Have no idea how this came about. Athena was in heat. Let me put this dog out here because these dogs are really interrupting this video. My bad. I gotta be my own cameraman for now. So we're working things out. But basically, as I was saying, this was a surprise litter. Athena went into heat. Basically 2 months after being in heat, she came back in the heat. And I kind of noticed it, but I didn't really notice it, if that makes any sense. Because it was very weird and very unusual. I've never seen anything happen like that before. So she came in the heat, and then she came immediately right back in the heat after all the other dogs had their puppies. I mean, started getting pregnant or whatever, breeding. But one thing I'm noticing about these puppies is they're huge. I mean, they're huge, they're huge, they're huge. As you can see nothing but massive wrinkles, massive face size. And, you know, basically these guys are going to be 130, 140 pounds easily, because the last litter that we have is going to be about, the litter that we just had, the previous litter, they're going to be about 110 to 100 pounds. Females 100, males 110. We've had multiple litters, and we know what the size of their dogs, what the size of our dogs are going to end up being. But we've never, ever, ever had any puppies this big. So, you know, this is something new for us. And this is a blue merle. And we didn't breed her, you know, to be a blue merle. We just basically put her in the yard, and I guess Bishop bred with her, and we never knew it. It was signs that she was getting bigger, but, you know, we didn't really know. Until basically the last days of what happened. The initial plan was to breed Athena at a certain age, a certain size, but you can't always predict what's going to happen with these dogs. And, you know, basically what I want to talk about is breeding and genetics. We have the genetics to make the dogs the way we want to make them. We just have to do the selections. That's why it's very important when you select a dog, you know, or a breeder, you roll with that breeder. If that breeder is up front and forward and, you know, answers all your questions and is honest and does what you need them to do, you know, it's best for you to get all your dogs from that breeder and let the breeder know what you're doing, what your plans are, so he can kind of guide you in the right direction. Because see, what the thing is we have DDK9 blood, we have, you know, show-stopping ace blood, we have a few different types of dogs, but we know how to breed our blood. And not just necessarily say we know how to breed it, but, you know, you want to stay within the bloodlines of your dogs You don't want to buy one dog from here, then buy a dog from there, then think you're going to take those two dogs and put them together. When you do that, you're going to get what you get. You're going to get a mystery box. Then you're going to have to wait a year, 2, 3 years to see what those puppies turn out to see what you have. And then at this point, you're going to have to figure out how to, you know, breed those dogs back into your program. So at this point, we have at least that I can get a hold of 2 DDK9 males that are out there. And now we have another third stud out there that is off of Bishop. The other stud that we have off our DDK9 or Blue Giants blood or Camelot bloodline or Big Baller bloodline, whatever you want to call it. We got 3 males basically off of Snow out there. And they're big. They're big. They're huge. So we got 3 of them. One is a chocolate. One of is a piebald chocolate. I mean, piebald, you know, white and brown. And then we have 1 blue. So we got 3 out there. Now, what that does for us is basically we have the foundation of the female, so we can always produce the females out there and always bring in different males from our bloodline. Reason why you want to use your bloodline is because every breed has its flaws. Every breeder has its flaws. Every dog breed has its flaws. And the breeder knows what those flaws are. And the breeder can prepare to get rid of those flaws, breed those flaws out, or, you know, basically scrap the program if it's just something that's way too serious. So what that brings me to is when Athena was born, I chose Athena for her size and her shape and her color. She was the color that I wanted, and she was a Harlequin, and she was the size that I wanted, but she wasn't the biggest puppy. But the other puppy didn't have the structure. So I could have went with the biggest dog, but I wanted to keep that bully structure. So I kept that structure because that was very important to have the structure, you know, the shape of a bully. Now, with Bishop being born, Bishop is the smallest of his litter, you know, but the DNA behind Bishop is incredibly impeccable. So, you know, breeding dogs just based on color and size is not the smartest thing in the world. So it's smart to breed dogs based on different things, you know, based on genetically being sound and healthy dogs. So that's what we did here with these dogs. You know, I picked out Athena, and she's a dog that's turned out to be basically 100 plus pounds at basically a year. So she was very healthy. She grew very fast, stable temperament. And then once I put Bishop with her, which is a longer, taller dog, now that brings out the large, big genes. And also I chose that structure. So now, you know, I can outcross these dogs to the blood that I have available, or I could, you know, still use the blood that I have that's out there. But the determining factor for me is going to be, you know, one, what is the people that I provided these dogs to? What do they want to do with their dogs? Are they promoting? Do they want to promote the brand? Do they want to build? Or do they just want to do nothing? And basically with that, if they are not really motivated to do anything, I'm not going to really deal with them. But if I need to deal with them, or if their dog is a super specimen, I can. But I also have a champion bloodline dog that I can outcross these dogs again. You know, but at the same time, when I outcross these dogs, I'll definitely bring them back into my bloodline. That's why it's important to stay with your breeder and figure out what is his game plan on how does he breed these dogs. Most breeders, what they do is they inbreed. They keep inbreeding and line breeding. And what that does is it makes a very nice looking dog. It makes some very nice champions. But at the same time, just as many champions you're going to have a couple of dogs that are so flawed and so retarded and so deformed that they got to hide them from the public. And long as they had that success, they'll never try to do things better. That's why when you hear a lot of breeders say consistency, 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 what they're really saying is inbreeding, line breeding. I'm inbreeding because I'm not going to use anyone else's blood outside of my camp. I'm not going to give anyone else a chance to build off of what I got going on. And I'd rather inbreed and line breed these dogs so they look really good and double up on health, bad genetics, double up on good genetics, but also double up on bad genetics and increase the chance of having dogs with serious illnesses and problems because they're not going to go working with people that have their dogs because they genuinely just don't want to work with others. And I don't blame them because trying to work with other people it's hard, man. People all have their own agendas. A lot of people have these males. I gotta breed my male. I want to breed my male. And it's like, okay, if you want to breed your male, why don't you buy a female? Why don't you get a house and somewhere you can put your female? Why don't you find a friend that wants to hold the female? Why you keep asking me to breed your male? Breed your male. I want to promote my kennel. I want to grow. I want to be successful. But you don't hear me calling you every day to ask you to help me build my stuff and post my stuff. I mean, you know, if anyone pays any attention to me, you know that I'm out here telling people, hey, promote where you got your dog from. You know, let people know. And they don't hashtag me and they don't put it really out there like that. So when they do that, it's like, okay, cool. You're not helping me, so don't come to me telling me something, hey, my dog wants to breed. Hey, my dog wants to breed. Okay. Then a lot of people, they have dogs, but they have access to a better dog. And instead of using that better dog, they're going to use their dog, which is kind of smart in a way because now you don't, you get all the money for yourself or whatever. You don't have to share and you don't have to worry about the next person. But when you do that, you also are producing an inferior dog. What I mean by that is you had the chance to produce a better dog because you had access to a better stud and a better opportunity. But instead of taking that chance with that bigger stud and trying to work with that person and just doing something bigger and better, you're going to slum it out with your stud. You're going to rock it out. So now you produce an inferior product and you don't grow from where you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you had, always use better stud if you have the opportunity to use that better stud. Always share, your stud, out with the people that buy and purchase dogs from you. Because if we can come together and try to do something together, y'all, then one person don't need 10 dogs. One person don't need 20 dogs. A good program, you need about a good 100 dogs. And, you want to keep the bloodlines consistent. You want to outcross the bloodlines. You want to, line breed. Sometimes maybe you'll inbreed. But I mean, Jesus, that shouldn't be the only type of breedings that you're doing, But I tell you one thing that is very bad, and that's when you guys get a dog from one kennel and then go to another kennel and then straight up cross them bloods. You're going to get what you deserve when you do that. You're going to get a mutt. And that's the truth because you're taking bloodlines and you're just mixing them and you're just hoping and praying for the best. And I mean, to each its own. That's not how you breed. You don't take a blue shirt and then throw on some pink shoes and an orange hat unless you're trying to look like a straight cold Bama. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I kind of mean by that. You don't want to put on a Versace pants with a Nike shirt and an Adidas hat. Like, that's what y'all doing when y'all say y'all go get these dogs and you gonna get a dog here, I'm gonna get a dog for there. Get your dogs from the same breeder. Learn, figure out what the breeder is doing. Don't be out here mixing these bloodlines up because you're going to get what you deserve. For the big time kennels, y'all keep inbreeding them dogs. Y'all think y'all fooling somebody when y'all say keep it consistent. What y'all saying keep it consistent means y'all line breeding and inbreeding and inbreeding and line breeding. Why? Because y'all don't want nobody else to share y'all platform that y'all created. But what y'all got to understand is you won't have no platform if it wasn't for the people that's buying these dogs. If somebody buys a dog from you for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000, they're buying that dog because of the name that comes with the dog, the fame that comes with that dog. They're buying that dog because of you and what you created. That's why they're buying the dog. They're buying the dog because of you and what you've created and what you stand for. So when you don't rock with them or when you don't help them and when you don't want to be a part of what they're doing, they're not coming back to buy no more dogs from you. So now you just sold a dog and you got somebody that's never going to come back to you. Or if they're smart enough to figure it out. Or if you know, not working with others, you're going to find yourself by yourself. And what you did yesterday, you won't necessarily be able to do tomorrow. So you sold a dog for 6 G's today, 2 G's today, 4 G's today. Tomorrow that dog going to be worth $1,000. Because it's going to be somebody that's smart like me and the people here in Baltimore that's going to get that blood and do what they do with it. And next thing you know, pup's 1,500, 2,000. So that pup that you got for 6,000 won't be 6,000 no more. Because people out here are smart and they're catching on to what the recipe is. But if you build with the people you sell your dogs with, you know, if you build with somebody like a person like me, little medium, mid-grade breeder, small time guy, and we're out here and I'm promoting you and you promote me. Yeah, you might have let's say you got 40,000, I got 2. Now you got 42,000. You know, my 2,000 goes times 10, that's 20,000. And you got 40,000, now you got 60,000. If you do that to everybody you mess with, your things will get bigger. But I don't want anyone to listen to me and copy what I'm doing. I'm just here to tell y'all, man, you got a co-op kennel dog, hashtag co-op kennels, you know, or I'll just go on your page and steal the photos and I'm gonna post them. And that is what it is. I mean, you're not breeding your dog anyway. And then some of y'all people not breeding y'all dog. Y'all want all this money to stud y'all dog and y'all ain't got a program. Man, cut them balls off that dog if you're not going to breed it. It's going to catch prostate cancer. Female dogs, if you ain't going to breed a female dog, get that dog fixed. That dog going to catch cancer. People, you know, you got to know what you're doing when you're in this. If you're not breeding, fix that dog. You don't want to, you know, you want 3,000 for a dog that never bred before? Good luck with that. If you know somebody come along and they want to do a stud with you and you never ever bred your dog, man, tell that person to see what they can come up with. See what kind of money them people come up with. Take a chance here and there, you know, or fix that dog's nuts, cut them off. Me personally, I ain't doing no more free breedings. I'm not looking out for nobody else, you know, unless they really somebody I know I can trust. I gotta know I can trust them, you know, because a lot of people want to get over. People don't want to work together, so we all fighting against each other, and it's cool. You know, it's motivation to keep us going, but we shouldn't be out here trying to all work against each other. We should be trying to work together, especially that's why I'm preaching this shit to you new breeders and new dog buyers. Rock with one kennel. Don't be going all over the place buying your dogs, man. You're making mutts. And buying dogs that ain't got no lineage and they ain't got no paper and you don't know what the lineage is and you don't know nothing and you're gonna buy some dogs and now you the breeder. This a blue Merle female. This bitch is gonna be about 130 pounds. Co-op Kennel's coming for that ass, man. This is a blue Merle and I produced her. So you know it's straight off a Bishop. Big broad. About 9 days old. These bad boys probably about 5 pounds. Probably about 5 pounds. Surprise litter, y'all.